Did you hear what she said? We know that Marjorie Taylor Greene spreads her legs for anything that moves? Do we know that? Did you guys see this this interaction with BakedAlaska and somebody on his stream, some like person he was calling with? BakedAlaska is like an alt-right influencer. He's like in the Nick Fuentes crowd. He does a lot of like in public, like I'm gonna say like offensive things and get under people's skin and watch them react. And he, you know, he kind of stormed the Capitol a little bit. Some people have accused him of actually working with the feds to turn over January 6 people. Anyway, he was talking to somebody on his show about Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, denouncing Nick Fuentes, right? And so BakedAlaska, you know, guy stormed the Capitol, all that. He says he has inside intel from an undisclosed source, but he says a trustworthy source. Now, again, this is BakedAlaska, so I don't know if any source he's gonna talk. If I'm gonna trust any source that he says, but he claims that Alex Stein, who's been a guest on our show before multiple times, he's the right-wing provocateur who like made comments to like about AOC's ass, like sexually harassed her in public as a joke, I guess. I didn't really find it funny. And has been like, you know, he participates in a lot of debates on modern day debates and a lot of other stuff. He alleges that Alex Stein allegedly hooked up with Marjorie Taylor Greene while she was married, and that he was the catalyst for fucking up her marriage. Listen to this.
Breaking news, I just got some inside intel, and this could be big because I noticed Marjorie Taylor Greene just came out and disavowed Nick Fuentes. Did you see that?
I did see
So
that.
there's a weird connection between the people coming after me and Nick and you and the real comedy, the real trolls, the real, you know, edgy memes online or whatever.
Hey, Baked?
What? Do you know what I'm going to say?
Do you know what I'm going to say?
No, I don't. But
you go first.
I go first. I'll go first. I just got a text message. I'm not going to say from who, but it's pretty high up there in the command, you know, pretty credible source. I have heard breaking news that Alex Stein allegedly hooked up with Marjorie Taylor Greene while she was married and fucked up her marriage, and she's a whore basically, and now she's coming after people like Nick Fuentes to save her ass. Oh my gosh. Is that I don't know. I don't know if allegedly that's what I'm getting. I don't know. Have you heard about this?
Can I be for real? Right? Now, I don't really believe this. I'm going to be honest. I don't think BakedAlaska has shown himself to be a particularly trustworthy source. He doesn't really provide any evidence, right? Now, it is possible in the way that, like, somebody's even bringing it up in chat right now. Alex Stein went on our podcast in July, and then her divorce was announced in September, so the timeline matches up. Like, I know that Alex Stein and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they know each other, they've met each other, they've been in each other in person. But there's really no evidence provided here outside of his claim. Now, and I'm going to be honest, I don't really take BakedAlaska's word to really mean that much, right? I don't take it to really mean that much. So the idea that Alex Stein acted as a home wrecker for Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's hard for me to believe. Is it impossible? Probably not. No, I don't think it's impossible. But I mean, I think a lot of this is just drama and rumor. And when he says it's from like a high up source, like, what does that mean? High up source where? High up source in the like former Trump administration? High up source like near Marjorie Taylor Greene? Near Alex Stein? High up source as in like somebody like who worked on somebody's podcast? Like, what does he even mean by high up source? Like, there's no clarification about that. He's not giving up the source. He's not giving up the evidence. Nothing. It's just whether or not you trust BakedAlaska with this testimony. That's really all you have to base it on. And so really, like, it's hard for me to believe it. It's hard for me to believe it. I don't take BakedAlaska's word to mean that much to me. Is it impossible? No. Would it be kind of funny? Maybe. It would probably be the funniest thing Alex Stein has ever been involved in. And that's saying something considering, you know, comedian and all that. But it's probably not true, in my opinion. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting this, I don't know why Redneck's in chat, or I don't know why he's in Redneck's in chat right now. I'll look at his tweet, his message in a second. The reason I'm talking about this is because a lot of people on the left, and my community is primarily made up of the left, because the left is best, of course. They understand that the left do a lot of infighting. Just look at our community recently. You know, with Poly People, Loner Box, President Sunday, Chud Logic with everyone, any number of factors, Avosh with other people. Like there's a million like different like infights here and there and everywhere, right? And I guess for us, we kind of sometimes just view the right as like a cohesive, like, well, the right gets in line, the left stays in chaos. A lot of people don't realize, even though I do think there's some truth to it, a lot of people don't realize there is a lot of infighting on the right. There's a lot of infighting because one person wants ad and sponsorships deals that the other person gets. Some people are jealous of others. Some people, you know, backstab others to get positions, and, you know, they climb over each other. There's actual ideological disagreements. Definitely want to get into the really far right, and you're talking about like the neo-paganists and like the Wignats versus like the Groypers, and like there is infighting. I mean, a lot of the controversy surrounded you know, Nick Fuentes, definitely when it came to the fact that he was, you know, a person came forward to say that Nick Fuentes used a blacklight to like find out if his roommates were jerking off or not, because they were looking for like cummy stains on their beds and stuff. That didn't come from like left-wing sources. That came from right-wing sources that used to be friendly with Nick and then became not friendly with Nick. And so the only reason I'm highlighting this in particular is not because this is like a breaking news story and we have confirmation that like Marjorie Taylor Greene, the pro-family values candidate, had an affair with Alex Stein. Again, would be the funniest thing Alex Stein's ever been involved in. The reason I'm bringing this up is I just wanted to show the fact that there is infighting on the far right. There is infighting in the right wing. In fact, if you look at the Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, Kanye West, Nick Fuentes, Milo, like everything that's going on right now, the infighting between Mitch McConnell and Trump, where Mitch McConnell is basically openly saying, due to this recent meeting with Kanye West, the person who came forward and said, hey, I love Hitler, I love Hitler, I love Hitler, the Holocaust didn't happen. He's coming out and he's saying, man, I don't think Donald Trump should be the nominee. He's saying that openly. Which if us imagining Mitch McConnell saying that, like, just say 3 years ago, feels a little wild. Because Mitch McConnell feels that he has more leverage now because there's other options. There's other options in Ron DeSantis. There's other options of people who could run and you know, bring the party forward. Donald Trump continues to go into scandal after scandal. Not only this Kanye West scandal and the meeting with Nick Fuentes and Kanye, right? And the fact Kanye is now denying the Holocaust, doing all this Nazi stuff. It's not only that, but there's also the scandal about him violating the Presidential Records Act, which is insane considering that while President Trump was in office, he increased the penalties for the Presidential Records Act in response to Hillary Clinton's emails. It's pretty funny. And that's not the only scandal. There's still, you know, information coming out about Trump's tax returns and a million other scandals that Trump could run into down the line. He has facing a million different court cases. And he seems to be attaching himself to an ideology that is crashing when it comes to the polls. When it comes to this election denial stuff, it's just not hitting hard. When it comes to like the trans panic, it didn't hit hard. It wasn't a big motivator for voters to come out. This type of stuff, I don't know if it's going to be really effective in getting a Republican in office. And so that's why I feel like Mitch McConnell has the leverage to, you know, engage in this infighting. While the left right now, and when we say the left, okay, I guess what I mean is the Democrats, okay? There's a distinction. But if you look at the Democrats, they're generally more united than the Republicans are. And that's not because Democrats are just better at unity overall always, but it's because that the people in positions of power are, I think, better uniters than, say, Donald Trump, who is the worst person at uniting anybody. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up because I think a lot of people on the left, you know, see the right and they just assume it's a monolith. But let me tell you, okay, BakedAlaska has a lot of hate for a lot of people, right? Many of them probably minorities, but also other people on the right. So we covered a while ago this story about Alex Stein possibly having an affair with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, let me be clear. I don't believe it. Even though, like, Alex Stein does know Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's gone on her podcast and stuff like that. The reason I don't believe it is because the only source for this information as of right now is BakedAlaska. And BakedAlaska, this alt-right influencer who's most well-known for going in public and, like, having slurs play off his phone and, like, interacting with people and you know, getting, like, those types of reactions for content, I don't think he's the most reliable source. I also think, wasn't he involved in the storming of the Capitol, if I remember correctly as well? And a lot of people think he's literally like an informant for the feds because he got out of it. Look, anyway, BakedAlaska is the only source for this information. So I had a lot of doubts, and I expressed my doubts at the time. Even though it would be really funny, and the funniest thing Alex Stein ever did, which I would assume he would take as a compliment, since he's, you know, he considers himself to be a comedian. He responded, actually, to these claims of him having an affair with Marjorie Taylor Greene while on Ralph, as in, like, Ethan Ralph's kill stream, which has been doing big numbers recently now that Nick Fuentes has been busy with, you know, Kanye campaigning and going to all these events. Ethan Ralph was kind of like, his viewership was kind of in the toilet, which I can relate to that. And it's now, like, spiked back up to 2,000, 3,000. Anyway, Alex Stein went on to deny the allegations. I haven't listened to it. I waited for stream to listen to it, so let's listen to it together.
Alex, what's up, man? You got to unmute yourself, though, on Telegram.
Okay, well, so I'm walking into the Dallas Cowboys game. I see Beerson's hating on me, and I just want to, you know, set the record straight.
Oh, it was Beardson and BakedAlaska. Okay.
I have no beef with Laura. I have no beef with Baked. I have no beef with Beerson, but it's just provably false that I had a sexual relationship with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And to be honest, I think the rumor is hilarious. Like, for me, for that rumor to go viral, it only benefits me as a comedian. I don't have any.
That is true. It is funny. It is true that it is funny. It is a funny image. The idea of, like, Alex Stein and Marjorie Taylor Greene having an affair. It'd be hilarious, like, Capitol Hill controversy. He is right about that.
Sort of, you know,
but how is it provably false? How is it provably false?
Oh, he's getting challenged by Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer's in the call. For those of you who don't know, Laura Loomer is a a civil rights activist who was banned off of Twitter for, you know, asking for a non-Muslim taxi service in the wake of a terror attack and a bunch of other comments. And in response to that, she handcuffed herself to Twitter HQ with a Star of David on her chest, saying that she got banned because of anti-Semitism. The problem, number one, it's silly to say that you getting banned is like the Holocaust and putting on this like Star of David and saying it was anti-Semitism. It wasn't anti-Semitism. But it was also funny because she only handcuffed herself to one of the doors of Twitter HQ. So Twitter employees could still enter Twitter HQ through the other door and just go around her. So it kind of like the whole purpose of handcuffing yourself to something is like to deny access with your body, and now they have to find a way to get rid of you. But like she did it in such a way that it didn't accomplish that purpose at all. She also has run for office multiple times. Every single time she's lost, single time she said it was rigged and all that. She's pretty clownish, I'm gonna be honest. She's most recently known for going on the Alex Jones show, InfoWars, during the Kanye stream, and basically defending Kanye West's comments about the Jews as he denied the Holocaust and said he hates Jews and like the Jews do this and the Jews do that. Well, no, he said he loved Jews, but he especially loved Hitler. She went on the show to defend his comments, his Holocaust denial, everything else, with just like milk toast responses. You get the idea. Either way, she's now questioning Alex Stein on the veracity that it is provably false.
We know she spreads her legs for everything that moves. Like, can you just tell us how it's provably
Because
false?
I wouldn't.
Wow. Oh my God. Yo, what's the beef between Laura and Marjorie? Whoa. Did you hear what she said? We know that Marjorie Taylor Greene spreads her legs for anything that moves? Do we know that? Wait, do we know that? I know there was those rumors about her having an affair a while ago with like a gym coach, but can I be honest? As long as somebody doesn't make the whole like I'm so family values and I to the point where like we need to, you know, I need to regulate how your family is run and tell you no gay marriage and you're not allowed to like do this and that. And if as long as people don't do that, I don't care what they do in their personal lives. She is kind of one of those people. You know, she voted against the gay marriage bill recently, so I do think you can bring it up as a point of hypocrisy. But I'm if it's true, I don't know if it's ever been confirmed, but is that what she's referring to when she says that we know that Marjorie Taylor Greene spreads her legs for everyone? Do we know that? Did you guys know that? I like personally, I don't really care who Marjorie Taylor Greene sleeps with. I guess that would be a bigger issue on the right when it comes to like how like sexual morality is a very big thing over there. But do we know this? Do we know that Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, I don't know what word to use. Loose, I guess the word would be. I don't know how to put this in a non-offensive way. Yeah, she's referring to the Zangief dude, the other coach, right? That she had an affair with coaches while she was married. Was that ever confirmed that she had these affairs with coaches while she was married? Was that ever confirmed? Can we look this up quick? Yeah, let's look this up quick. Marjorie Taylor Greene affair. Marjorie Taylor Greene in tantric sex divorce drama. The Georgia Republican didn't hide her carnal capers, which stretch back at least a decade, a source. Jesus Christ, I don't want to. Honestly, can I be for real? I don't know if I really want to know. It seems that Vanity Fair has covered this. Daily Mail has covered this. It was a polyamorous tantric sex guru. Anyway, you get the idea. Allegations of an affair taking place. I think that's what she's referring to.
Provably false. We know she spreads her legs for everything that moves. Like, can you just tell us how it's provably
Because
false?
I would admit it if I banged her, Laura. I'm primetime 99. What do you think I am? I'm not you. I mean, I would admit to people that I fuck. These girls, see, there's a double standard. I mean, a guy that bangs a lot of girls is a cocksman. A girl that gets banged by a lot of guys is a slut. I'm just saying, it doesn't hurt me to say that I banged a famous congresswoman. So I would admit that, but that's not the case. I wish.
Well, okay, so that is a somewhat convincing argument that I do think Alex Stein, if given the chance to say I banged a famous congresswoman, would probably kind of want to, because that he's prime time at 99, whatever, a pimp on a eating shrimp on a pimp, whatever the fuck. But also, if he wanted to keep his relationship going, hypothetically, again, we're into the hypotheticals now, with Marjorie, he would almost certainly have to keep this a secret. Or there's a chance that maybe he wants to come forward with it and brag about it, but Marjorie wouldn't want him to come forward with it for obvious reasons, because she knows that a lot of her base are people like Laura Loomer and would call her basically a whore for sleeping with somebody outside of marriage.
I wish it was. I wish I did bang her. I wish I had a selfie. I wish it could go triple viral. But that's not the God's honest truth. And if it was, I guarantee you I would have a picture of her buttocks, of me in doggy style, something to prove it.
Well, I don't think it'd be that hard to make happen. Like, if you actually wanted to, like,
I probably could. I probably could, Laura.
Probably
You too. There's a lot of girls I could probably bang, but that doesn't mean that I did. So
You're not my
that's what I'm
type.
just saying.
You're not my type.
Wait. So for the record, Alex, you have not been texting me from Telegram. That's a fake account.
No, that's not even my Telegram account. You idiot.
Why didn't you hit me up, you faggot? Why didn't you
I
hit
don't
me up?
care. Because
Wait a second. Are you telling me? Wait, Baked Alaska's high up source. Because you want to know, Baked Alaska, this is who's talking now. Baked Alaska, who made the original claim on stream that kind of like started this like snowball. He said on stream, he was like, "Oh my God, guys, I just got texted from a crazy source. Let me tell you, this source is really high up there, guys. It's a really high up there source." And now it's like, wait, was his high up there source just a fake Alex Stein Telegram account? What was his source? He was the one who made the claim.
Because guys, I like this. You guys not
No,
realize this?
you're
for the
too
people
much of
that-
a you're too much of a diva.
No, wait.
You can't even communicate.
Now
with
wait, let him
people.
talk. Let him talk. Go ahead, Alex.
What I'm saying is I don't use Telegram like this. And for everybody that's listening in the chat, guys, I love this rumor. I talked to Marjorie reached out. I told her, hey, this benefits me as a comedian. I apologize. And I even tried to set the record straight. My point being is, because if it happened, I would admit it.
Oh my gosh. Well, you want to know what? I do just want to mention once again, and this is a good opportunity too, that a lot of us on the left, we don't see right-wing infighting. We don't see the right wing back and forth. And I don't know if we can call this exactly right-wing infighting, but the right wing do infight. As you can see, Laura Loomer basically called Marjorie Taylor Greene in not even a nice way, but basically tried to insinuate that she was a whore, that she spreads her legs for everybody. The right-wing infighting exists. And I know as left-wingers or leftists or whatever you call yourselves, sock Dems, Democrats, that the left-wingers of the United States, they do a lot of infighting. Left-wingers internationally do a lot of infighting. And so a lot of times we forget that that also exists on the right wing as well. And is also very, very funny. Calling Laura Loomer a political influencer is a stretch. What would we call Laura Loomer? What should we call Laura Loomer? What would you guys call Laura Loomer? If not a political influencer, because we can call her a former political candidate, but she like lost. Oh my god, a meme, a failure, annoying, shit poster, lol cow, the R word, waste of space, a character, clout goblin, a husk, a loser, irrelevant, a mess, a mental patient, loony, buffoony, dorky ass, attention seeker, a hack. My god. You guys do not like Laura Loomer. Weirdo. You guys do not like a very handsome woman. See, one of you like her. Grifter, a toilet rapist. What does that even mean? What's a toilet rapist? What the fuck? What is a toilet rapist? Can I like Google that on my phone quick? What is a toilet rapist? Well, there's a rape toilet, but that's different. That's just Urban Dictionary. This controversial public rape experiment is going... Okay, that's enough. What the fuck is a public rape experiment? Whatever. Call her Laura Groomer? Oh, God. Oh, God. You know, I don't have any reason to call her a groomer, but it's like, it's so smooth. The line is so like, ah, God, that's aggravating how fun saying that is. Laura Groomer. I really don't like that. Neither do any of these people who call people groomers. True. Today on why Dylan's search history is more cursed than an Egyptian pharaoh's tomb. Okay. Don't look up stuff like that, Dylan. What do you mean don't look up stuff like that? I'm just trying to seek the truth.